Evil, in its many forms, is a force that has confounded humanity throughout history. It appears to contradict the notion of an all-loving, omnipotent God. Yet a closer examination reveals that evil is neither random nor meaningless. It is an integral part of the divine plan, a necessary contrast within the duality of creation that enables spiritual growth and the ultimate return to God. In the beginning, God existed in perfect unity, an undivided consciousness of eternal bliss. However, to manifest creation, this unity had to create the illusion of division, giving rise to duality, light and darkness, good and evil. This division was not a flaw, but a deliberate act, a way for God to experience and express himself through myriad forms. Evil in this context is not an independent force opposed to God, but a distortion of divine energy, a shadow cast by the light of creation. Now, this cosmic shadow falls into the realm of a force or abstraction of energy, but for the purpose of sharing these ideas, it's sometimes depicted here as a being. Just keep that in mind as we go through this. The idea that the devil is a red-horned entity with a pitchfork is not meant to be taken literally, but is a useful expression to get the idea across. Now, ordinarily, upon glimmering into the fabric of existence, all creation, wondering in its perfect creative splendor for a time and realizing its unity, would naturally dissipate and dissolve all apparitions of being into the cosmic ocean of unity from whence it came. But such was not the nature of our story, for at the heart of this dance lies Satan, the adversary. In the divine plan, the Archangel Lucifer was a force of consciousness and cosmic power tasked with sustaining creation. In the divine plan, Lucifer was meant to use the cosmic energy of the Holy Ghost to manifest and maintain forms within the physical realm in harmony with divine will. However, as both an independent being and an interdependent creation of the one, a new sensation arose within him, the fear of disillusion. Lucifer recognized that if the cosmic energy he controlled returned to God as per the divine plan, his own existence would cease. This new experience of fear led him to rebel against the divine order, which ironically wasn't born out of malice. He was just trying to do his job. Instead of allowing forms to dissolve back into God, Lucifer began manipulating the laws of creation, establishing patterns of imperfection that trapped beings in cycles of material existence. It was in this way that the shining Lucifer fell from heaven and became Satan. Lucifer's rebellion transformed him into a force of delusion, one that turns beings away from God by enshrouding their consciousness in material desires and dualistic thinking. Originally intended as a facilitator of creation and disillusion, his misuse of cosmic power created the cycle of suffering and reincarnation. By manipulating the material realm to perpetuate its existence, Satan obscured created beings' awareness of their divine essence, binding souls to the illusions of the physical world. This act, though opposing God's will, serves a paradoxical purpose. Through the suffering caused by delusion, souls are eventually driven to seek liberation and return to their divine source. Thus, Satan's fall reflects not just rebellion, but a distortion of his original mission, turning a divine service into a cosmic challenge for humanity. You see, duality is central to the divine order, not as a flaw, but as a creative necessity. Without opposites, the contrast that enables experience and choice would be impossible. God, in his omnipotence, chose to create a universe where souls would be able to grow and evolve through their encounters with light and darkness. Evil, as a distortion of divine energy, plays a critical role in this. By veiling truth and presenting challenges, it provides the soul with opportunities to affirm its alignment with God. This understanding reframes the concept of God's relationship with evil. It is not an indication of divine imperfection, but of divine wisdom. The struggles brought by duality are purposeful, meant to awaken souls to the greater reality of unity beyond opposites. Satan's role is deeply tied to the concept of Maya, or cosmic delusion. Maya veils the truth of God's omnipresence, creating the illusion that the material world is the ultimate reality. Through this veil, Satan entices souls to identify with their physical bodies and external circumstances, leading them to seek fulfillment in transient pleasures rather than eternal truths. This delusion binds souls to the cycle of birth, death, and reincarnation, perpetuating their journey through duality. This rebellion, while seemingly destructive, established the framework for souls to grapple with free will and grow spiritually. The imperfections introduced by Satan, such as disease, death, and suffering, are not random cruelties, but deliberate distortions designed to keep creation bound to form. Yet even this serves a divine purpose. The discontent created by delusion eventually drives souls to seek liberation, leading them back to God. Misery, though painful, is often a benefactor, which further drives people toward God. And without the contrast of sorrow, the joy of spiritual realization would lack meaning or depth. Similarly, death, while feared, is a natural transition meant to free the soul from the limitations of the physical body. But it's the illusion and question and mystery of it all, and the fear of it ultimately, that keeps us bound. For each of us personally, Satan's influence extends into the realm of desires and habits. By amplifying attachments to sensory pleasures, material possessions, and ego-driven ambitions, he creates the illusion that happiness can be found in external things. This delusion leads to dissatisfaction and reinforces karmic patterns, trapping souls in the cycle of action and reaction across many lifetimes. Yet, even this cycle serves a divine purpose, because each life provides an opportunity for the soul to learn, grow, and align more closely with God's will. The story of Adam and Eve is a powerful illustration of Satan's tactics. The serpent, a manifestation of Satan, tempted Eve with the promise of knowledge, leading her and Adam to eat the forbidden fruit. This act symbolized humanity's shift from divine unity to duality consciousness, from immortality to mortality. It was not merely a punishment, but a necessary step in spiritual evolution. By experiencing the consequences of their choices, humanity began its journey toward redemption and reunion with God. Now, this story in Genesis is often taken very literally, but it also can be understood on a deeply profound metaphysical level. In the garden, the tree of life represents the human body, specifically the spinal cord. You can imagine it as an upturned tree with its roots at the crown of the head and its branches extending through the afferent and efferent nerves of the body. This tree bears the fruits of sensory experiences, sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell that humans are permitted to enjoy. However, within the garden of the human nervous system lies another tree, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This symbolizes the sex energy or the sexual impulse situated at the center of one's being. The serpent in the story represents the coiled energy at the base of the spine, a force capable of both creative and destructive influence. In this allegory, Adam represents reason, the faculty of discernment, while Eve symbolizes feeling, the emotional aspect of human consciousness. The fall of humanity begins when Eve, feeling, is tempted by the serpent, the stirring of sexual energy. She succumbs, and her actions influence Adam, reason, to follow suit. Once reason and feeling are both captivated by sensory impulses, divine harmony is disrupted. This moment signifies the descent of consciousness from a higher spiritual plane into the dualities of earthly existence. Prior to the fall, humans were endowed with divine creative powers. Imagine little immortal gods able to manipulate even the densest of matter through their consciousness alone. Their awareness was anchored in a state of unity with higher consciousness, a condition of spiritual immortality. However, by indulging in animalistic reproduction, represented by the serpent's temptation, they identified more strongly with their physical bodies. This realization is symbolized by their awareness of nakedness, a sign that their consciousness had shifted from the eternal soul to the transient body. The fall was not just physical, but emotional and spiritual. It marked a departure from divine unity and led to the entanglement of humanity in the cycles of pleasure and pain, life and death, and good and evil. The narrative of Eden, then, is not merely a historical account, but a profound depiction of humanity's journey from higher consciousness into physical limitation. Temptation thus operates on both external and internal levels. Externally, it manifests as the allure of worldly pleasures, power, and recognition. Internally, it reflects the residual tendencies and habits formed over countless lifetimes. These karmic patterns, shaped by past actions, create a momentum that draws the soul towards material entanglement. However, through self-discipline, wisdom, and divine grace, these patterns can be overcome. The journey of Jesus in the wilderness exemplifies this process as he confronted and transcended the temptations presented by Satan. The ultimate victory over evil is not destructive, but transcendence, When the soul realizes its unity with God, the shadows of delusion dissipate in the light of truth. This understanding fully reframes the concept of evil. It is not an external enemy to be feared, but an inner challenge to be faced and overcome. Evil serves as a black mirror, reflecting the soul's own struggles with attachment and ignorance. By confronting these struggles, the soul evolves, shedding the layers of delusion that obscure its divine nature. In this sense, the interplay between good and evil is not a battle, but a dance, a dynamic process that guides creation back to its source. Reincarnation, as described before, is both a result of evil and a pathway to liberation. Souls bound by unfulfilled desires and karmic debts return to the material plane to work through these attachments. Satan's goal is to keep them ensnared, yet the very process of reincarnation offers the soul countless chances to awaken. Each life is an opportunity to break free from the delusion of separation and rediscover the soul's unity with God. Further, the law of karma governs this cycle, ensuring that every action produces corresponding effects. This law, while binding, is also liberating. By understanding the patterns of cause and effect, souls can consciously choose actions aligned with divine will, breaking free from the chains of karma. Reincarnation, therefore, is not a punishment, but a process of purification, a path leading back to God, offering endless chances for redemption. The magnetic pull of God's love operates quietly but powerfully, counteracting the outward force of delusion. This love is reflected in every aspect of creation, from the beauty of nature to the wisdom imparted by spiritual teachers. Even amidst the trials introduced by Satan, the presence of divine love is unmistakable. It is the silent voice that whispers to souls, reminding them their eternal connection to the Creator. This magnetic pull is also evident in the Christ consciousness, which serves as a bridge between finite creation and infinite spirit. Jesus, as a manifestation of this consciousness, embodied the perfect alignment with divine love. His life and teachings are a testament to the power of this pull, showing that no soul is ever truly lost. The journey back to God may be long and arduous, but divine love ensures that it is inevitable. This is the promise embedded in creation, that no matter how far a soul strays, it will always find its way home. The trials of evil, though challenging, are stepping stones on this journey. They are means through which the soul remembers its true nature and reclaims its place in the infinite embrace of God. If the message of Christ is to love even our enemies as ourselves, then from the Christ consciousness in all of us to Satan, the once great Archangel Lucifer, let us say, I love you, you are forgiven. Hey again, thank you for watching. You might know that alongside this series, we also launched our Activate Your Light Body program, a month-long journey supporting you in raising your consciousness of your multidimensional nature. We had the program on sale for the holidays and New Year, but we're seeing so many people describing positive and powerful results that we want to extend this special throughout the Christ series until it's complete. So if you want to get $100 off on the program and journey with us together, please use the link in the description to learn more, watch a special video, and sign up. Thank you so much, and God bless.